Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for both men and women: strengthening your pelvic floor with Kegel exercises. Whether you're looking to improve bladder control, enhance your core strength, or boost your overall well-being, these exercises are a game changer.
Let's get started. Number 1. Seated breathing.
It may sound simple, but finding a comfortable seat and breathing deeply into your side ribs can encourage the diaphragm and pelvic floor muscles to stretch, Tracy says. As you inhale, visualize the gills of a fish and how they expand out to the sides as they draw their breath in.
When you do this, the diaphragm and the pelvic floor are stretching.
As you exhale completely, feel the ribs come back to center and the pelvic floor subtly lift.
Continue for 8 to 10 breaths. Number 2. Runner's lunge.
Tracy says this stretch lengthens all of the muscles in the front of the back leg, all the way up into the deep muscles of the low belly that reside in the pelvic bowl.
Step 1 foot forward, stacking that knee over the ankle, and let the back knee rest on the ground.
With 2 hands, frame your front foot. If your hands don't easily make it to the ground, place them on 2 yoga blocks standing on their longest sides. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can stack books on top of each other until you reach a height that feels comfortable.
Let your hips shift forward to open up the front of the back leg's thigh.
Make sure that your front knee is directly over the ankle.
Hold for 12 to 15 deep breaths.
Number 3. Hamstring stretch. Have tight glutes? This stretch opens up the entire back of the leg from the heel of the foot to the bottom of the butt, helping to stretch the deep pelvic floor muscles as a result. Get into all fours with your hips in line with your knees, and your hands flat on 2 yoga blocks at your sides. Extend one leg straight out in front of you and then flex your foot.
Keep your back leg hip directly over the back knee, making sure the spine doesn't round.
Press your hands on the blocks to deepen the stretch and promote stability.
Hold this stretch for 10 to 12 deep breaths. Number 4. Supported pigeon. This restorative yoga pose will stretch and lengthen the outer hip muscles that surround the pelvis, Tracy says. Place a yoga bolster or a folded blanket perpendicular to a yoga mat. Place the front leg shin just in front of the bolster. The back leg extends straight back from the hip with the inner thigh rolling up toward the ceiling.
Fold over your front leg as deeply as your body will comfortably allow, making sure you can relax and soften here.
If this is too much of a stretch, prop your torso and head on another bolster or stack of blankets.
If you can't relax in this pose, the muscles will continue to grip and you won't be doing anything to help your pelvic floor muscles, Tracy says.
Hold this stretch for 10 to 15 breaths, then switch sides. Number 5. Glute bridges.
Bridge pose in yoga helps to strengthen your glutes while activating the pelvic muscles and opening the chest, helping you to breathe in more fully. Lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and your hands by your sides with your palms facing down.
Squeezing your glutes and pelvic muscles, press your hips up toward the ceiling, lifting your butt off the floor.
Be sure not to lift your hips up too high to prevent arching in the low back.
Pause for a breath or 2 at the top and then bring your butt back down to the mat. Do 8 to 12 reps. Number 6. Bird dog.
This balance exercise forces you to recruit your core, which includes your pelvic floor, to keep your body stable. Get into tabletop position with your shoulders directly over your wrists and your hips aligned with your knees. Engaging your abs and pelvic muscles, extend your right arm forward and lift your left leg behind you, keeping your left foot flexed. Imagine push your heel against a wall behind you and reaching your hand forward to deepen the stretch. Hold for 3 to 5 breaths before bringing your hand and leg back down. Alternate sides for 8 reps. Number 7. Side lunges. A side lunge opens the inner thighs, which helps lengthen the pelvic floor. Stand with your feet about a leg's length apart. Maintaining the connection of both heels to the floor, bend into one knee. Bring your hands to the ground or to yoga blocks. Keep the other leg straight and externally rotate the straight leg from deep in the hip socket, so that the toes point to the ceiling. Hold for 8 breaths, and then switch sides and repeat once more per side.